Hello Presters, Jai Hind. This is your wonderful channel, Defense Hustlers. So I have started a new playlist named as The Burning Talks with Defense Hustlers. In this, I will talk about the current, hot, important headlines of the world. In this, I have already uploaded two videos. Number one is about the Suryakiran aerobatic team, and the second is about the Rahul Gandhi defamation case. So in these videos, firstly, I will give you the crux news that is important for you, and then I will deep dive in the reality of the video, which I will explain you with utmost clarity. So without wasting even a single second, let's move to the news. So this is the Finland's flag, and this is NATO, which is the world's biggest military alliance. So Finland on 31st March 2023 has officially joined NATO. So on which date? 31st of March. So 31st of March, Finland joined NATO, and this is the buzzing news in the world. Now I will tell you briefly about this news. So firstly, I will tell you what is NATO. So by this, the whole topic will be clear for you. NATO. So NATO full form is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So earlier, when Finland not joined, so it is a 28 European country alliance, and two countries of North America, that is US and Canada, is also the part of NATO, and in totality 30 countries are present before Finland. So I will show you the map. So in this is the European part, and this is the Western countries. So in the Western countries there are two, Canada and US, and the European country, this is all the European. So the blue ones are the NATO member, and the red is Russia, and this gray is the non-NATO members. So this is about that 30 part, and earlier Finland is also the non-NATO member, so it is green color, but now it will also be in blue in the latest maps. So currently there are 31. So अभी 31 member है NATO में. So what is NATO? So it is the alliance, military alliance of 31 countries now. So it was set up in 1949 by US, Canada, and several Western European nations. So to ensure what? To ensure their collective security against Soviet Union. So at the Cold War time, there was a rift between NATO and Soviet Union. And after 1991, the Cold War ended and the Soviet Union disintegrated and Russia formed. So that's why Russia says that NATO should also not expand and should rather disintegrate, because the Soviet Union disintegrated, so NATO should also follow that. But instead of following the disintegration, it is expanding more. So this is the main cause of the Russia's resistance against NATO. This is about NATO. Now moving on to the most significant fact about NATO. So the most significant is the Article 5 of NATO. That's why NATO is in the headlines always. So Article 5 says that if any one country of NATO is attacked by any external party, then the whole NATO will attack that external party, which means that the concept of mutual defense. अगर एक बंदे को मारोगे नाटो के, अगर एक मेंबर को नाटो के मारोगे, तो जिस कंट्री ने मारा है उस कंट्री को सारे नाटो मेंबर मिलके मारेंगे. This is the thing. The concept of mutual defense, collective defense, चाहे जो बोल लो, you name it, they will deliver it. So NATO is all about Article 5. So this is the thing, that committing them to protect each other. They have a commitment to protect each other and setting a spirit of solidarity within the alliance. Unity है NATO में. So this is the main threat of NATO for Russia. So Article 5 I have explained you, and what is NATO I have explained you. And now moving to how Finland became the part of NATO. So Finland, as I have already told you, that it became 31st member of NATO after its membership was approved by the Turkish parliament or the majority government in the Turkey, that is Erdogan's party. So earlier Turkey is restricting the entry of Finland. This I will show you and explain you with the help of the map. So this is Turkey, and this is restricting the entry of Finland in NATO. Why? Because Finland has a terrorist organization named as Kurdish terrorist. So Finland is giving directly or indirectly support to this organization, and these organization, the terrorist organization like Kurdish, is attacking in Turkey, and Turkey is saying that you have to restrict these terrorists, otherwise they will not give you permission to enter NATO. And now Finland has stopped every kind of support to these terrorists. That's why Turkey has voted for Finland for entering them to NATO, and after their clearance, Finland has now permanently become the member of NATO. So this is the thing. And now I will tell you how the Finland will help NATO. So Russia shares a northwestern border with Finland of about 1340 kilometers. I will show you with the map like this. So this is 1340 kilometers. So 1340 किलोमीटर. So this move poses a probable security challenge for Russia. जब इतना बड़ा बॉर्डर है नाटो कंट्री का रशिया के साथ, तो रशिया के पास अब ज़्यादा सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस हैं. और जो इसका बाल्टिक सी का एक्सेस है, सो रशिया एक्सेस टू बाल्टिक सी विल ऑल्सो बी रिस्ट्रिक्टेड एंड लिमिटेड according to the NATO only, because it will poses any obstacle or any restriction somehow. So this is the thing, that it will poses a security challenge. And number 2, the access to the Baltic Sea will be curbed. And number 2 is the Helsinki's expert. So Helsinki is nothing but the capital of Finland. So Finland has some good air defense capabilities, which will increase the military and technical powers of NATO. And it will also give NATO the expansion in the Baltic region and the Arctic Circle, that is the north one. So NATO will be expanded in the Baltic region and in the Arctic Circle also, because Finland is a huge country. So that's why the Arctic Circle will be in the radius of NATO, and now the presence in Baltic Sea will also be increased. So this is the main thing, the two reasons that how the Finland will help NATO. And now the thing is, NATO has done what he has to do, Finland has done what he has to do. What's Russia's stand on this? So Russia's foreign ministry said that the country will be forced to take technical, military and other retaliatory measures to counter these threats posed by NATO. So फिनलैंड ने तो अपना एक्सटेंड करवा लिया नाटो में, लेकिन अब रशिया ने कहा है दे विल टेक एनी काउंटर मेजर्स टू डील विद दिस menace. So Russia said that Finland's moves marks a fundamental change in the situation in Northern Europe. So which had previously been one of the most stable regions in the world. So रशिया ने ये बहुत देखने की बात है कि बोला है previously been one of the most stable region, मतलब वो पहले था. तो रशिया indirectly is saying that it can become the most unstable regions in the world. क्या वो ये कह रहा है? क्योंकि उसका जो कहना है कि मिलिट्री टेक्निकल को कोई भी काउंटर मेजर वो लेगा टू काउंटर द थ्रेट ऑफ नाटो. रशिया हैज सेड is very dangerous, because in Ukraine he has outsmarted everyone, and now we have to see how it will deal with Finland and NATO. So I have told you about what's the news. That Finland joined NATO on 31st March 2023. What is NATO? And what's the map says? What's the Article 5 of NATO says? This is the most important thing. And how Finland became the part of NATO. And one thing more, that Sweden is not part of NATO, and it is also seeking the entry in NATO. But that's the same reason that Sweden also gives support to these Kurdish terrorists. So that's why Turkey is not giving permission to Sweden to join NATO. And in future, I think that with the pressure of US, Turkey will also give permission for Sweden to join the NATO. So this is the future thing that I will make another video about that. But currently, Finland has joined and became the part of NATO. How the Finland will help NATO? I have told you about the air defense and the security challenge, because the border is very large, and I have told you the Russia stand on this. So at last, I want to show you a map which will make you understand clearly what is the current border scenario. It will open your mind. So earlier, Russia's border with NATO is about 1215 kilometers, 1215 kilometers with 5 NATO members. So this Kaliningrad is the Russian part, and it is surrounded by the NATO members. And here the border is of NATO members, and this adds up to 1215 kilometers. But now the Finland has added of about 1340 kilometers, and it has doubled the border ratio. So you can see how threatful it is for Russia, and how the things NATO is able to change so fast and so quick. So this is the thing. Firstly, this was only NATO's border with Russia, but now this whole border will be of NATO and Russia. So I think that I have given you all the important news and its description, brief-ups and all the things with the correct maps. So if you like this video, then please share this channel with every defense aspirant who want to bear stars on his or her shoulder. So until then, keep motivating yourself, do the required hard work and analysis. Jai Hind.